Hui! Back from the break. Very dramatic. All about the influence of classical composer Dmitri Shostakovich. He was a master of dynamics. Long build-up. Something like that, you see. Very passionate and all that. He was Russian, so you'd get these kinds of things happening. He'd work on different ideas, different themes sometimes, and then bring them together. It was said that one of the movements out of the 10th Symphony was secretly designed to hang it on Stalin, the murderous dictator of the times, all that sort of stuff. So he really took some brave steps. He even took some Jewish folk melodies and buried them into the second cellos and down in the basses, and instead of it being sort of, it'd be like, keep them really slow to the point of almost subliminal, because you're still hearing it, but he might write it all in semi-breves or something where the original melody might be quavers or something. Do you see? And things like that. And he would bury it as a tribute to all the people that were suffering so much under Stalin's iron fist, all that sort of business. So I've done many a show on him, and it's about time I did another one, and this is it. So, very dramatic stuff. Now, because it is a drum show, I use a multi-stick because when I want to do an underlying fundamental with this kind of playing, I'll put the mallet end on, use the stick part to get a real cut. And for me, getting underneath the threshold there, you see, I can play so soft that it doesn't trigger. that's a sensitive one. Oops. Oh well, I'll work with it. Back to the 7th Symphony again with the snare drums coming in. That's the Nazis heading towards Leningrad. Well, what was that? Okay, so that's something in the vein of Dmitri Shostakovich. It's all about Dmitri tonight, in the sense that the influence that he's given me, and so many little strands of continuity between the heaviness of his work as a Russian composer in the time of Stalin, you know, under the thumb, you know. His 4th Symphony created a lot of controversy, and basically it was Dmitri come up with the goods on Symphony 5, or off you go, Gulag. He spent quite a few years with a small suitcase next to his bed, so that when the Russian secret police came for him, as they did usually in the middle of the night, he wouldn't disturb the wife and the kids. How's that? Living under that. So this is where this music comes from. Okay, I take my hat off to this great man. And the influence is profound. His 4 notes... come on, trigger. Were D, D sharp, C, B, and it was shown to him by his own son during a piano lesson when the son was just sitting on his lap, about 6 or 7 years old. Daddy, did you know that these notes make up your initials in Russian? D for Dmitri, of course, and all that sort of stuff, but in Russian, Dmitri Ilyich Shostakovich, I think. Anyway, there you go. So all my triggers tonight, I've got a special patch on my interface that are all those notes. Now what I'd like you to do for homework, if there is such a thing on television, is go and just Google Shostakovich, go to YouTube, type in his name, listen to what comes up, okay? Especially the stuff throughout the late 40s into the 50s. Symphony 7 is 1942 into 3, I believe. Or they started writing it in 41. It was actually microfilmed out. It was this great propaganda success. You've got to listen to or read up on the history of Symphony 7. It's a pearler. And but Symphony 11, boy oh boy, drums. As I said at the beginning of this episode, if he had a heavy metal drummer in the 1930s or 40s, would he have used him? Anyway, it's all about Dimitri. I better finish off. And my name is Chris Quinlan. And this is all about Shostakovich, the drum show. Thank you, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye. Dimitri.